second. Just readying shit up. If it wants to ready the fuck up. Okay, so I left off last night. Today I'm gonna play a little bit before I go into work, and then I'm gonna play a lot tonight. And probably play some with my friends tonight, hopefully. Sean was on last night, but by the time I had gotten on, it was super late. Oh yeah. It's not like super late. I had family over, which is why I was a little quiet in my last stream, but I think with the way I balanced my audio, it's okay. I hope you can hear me over the game, because I know there were times where it just got super fucking loud. The audio was also glitching out, which was a problem in the base game. Hopefully I don't run into any more of like the super bad glitches, because they got pretty fucking bad. Like I said last night, there was a point where I got to the final 2 missions of the game, and I walked past all the enemies because the game had glitched out so much that they were completely frozen in place and couldn't shoot. And I just finished the game walking past all the enemies to get into a pod that ends the game. Yeah, you basically fight your way to the center of another hive. This is the first hive, I think, but I think there's another one left. But a little bit of an update. One sec. A little bit of an update. My grandmother had a small heart attack, but like we don't know what the hell's going on. So like right now, my family was over last night, which is why I wasn't able to talk. It was super loud, as is the case most nights. But like last night, I had to be like a little extra quieter because the guest room's like completely connected and adjacent to mine room, so it made it a little difficult. But anyway, yeah, they had to rush my they didn't have to rush her medically. It's just like she went in, she had a small heart attack, and it like caused her left arm to go super numb. I love how the enemies just spawn like that right there. But yeah, so now she had to get taken off. I popped into, if you also watch my friend Sean's stream, I popped into his stream letting him know like, hey, my grandma had a heart attack and I've been busy with school. And the other day, apparently my teacher told me that like, hey, you're not gonna pass this class, you don't do this one assignment. So I'm like, fuck it, fine, reopen it. Apparently she had sent emails, but the way they have their systems set at the school, it's like super weird. So like, I wasn't ever able to like see or receive those emails. Like I said, it was a little stupid. I complained about her, like the way she set up her class, because she put that assignment in like an adjacent tab. So that it was a little bit on her, a little bit on me, a bit of a mix. But honestly, like as they teach you in teaching classes, oh, looky there, okay. Were you playing with Sean last night when he was on Siege? I couldn't remember.
I was, yes. It's the last time, the first time I've gotten on in over a week.
Yeah, I got on after, I guess, Sean had gotten off, because I guess he went to bed not long after I messaged. Because I got on about an hour after I messaged. And I finished my online shit for my classes. And... I finished my online shit for my classes, and my grandma had a fucking heart attack the other day, but
shit.
My grandparents are Irish and assholes, so she has a fucking heart attack and can't feel her fucking arm. She goes into work, doesn't wait, like, I was awake all night long working on my fucking online finals. So, like, a lot of the shit that happened, she could have been, like, treated at an earlier time. It's just because she's so fucking stubborn. Which pissed me off. So then, like, my family had to drive down from, like, all over the fucking place. Because, like, we're all scattered, basically. And so they had to come down, and it was a shit show. And she told us like, oh yeah, she had it last night, but it was a minor. It's not like a major heart attack. It was a minor heart attack. So it's not like, oh, she's gonna die in a fucking moment's notice. It's like, oh, as long as she keeps herself in check, she can probably regulate it and be fine. But we need to fucking pay attention and stuff like that. So basically, she's like on watch. So they had to take her down to Oklahoma to go get checked because they think she's got a blockage in her heart, which is causing them. And that's basically it. But no, so like I hadn't been on lately, and like me and Sean, you know, we started playing again like 2 weeks ago. But I told him I was going to be gone for like my classes and shit. So he understood. But like I guess we haven't, him and Josiah haven't really been playing very much, just because we've all been like fucking busy and our schedules have been fucking with our sleep clocks. So it's been a little different.
Sure, I'm busy. Except for, you know. Well, okay, I was supposed to have between April 22nd and May 6th just complete free time. But no work, no school, nothing.
Oh, okay.
But the issue was, like, 2 days into it, my girlfriend's best friend called and was like, hey, so my daycare was only supposed to be out for like a week, which, you know, I could have taken off of work to deal with it because they're switching locations, but all of a sudden, you know, something's come up and they can't open until the 6th. And we were like, okay, cool, you know, we can come babysit for you, no problem. Basically, we'd stay over there for a week and a half, and she'd feed us and everything like that, pay for our jewel pods and stuff like that we need. And then
oh yeah, I forgot. You guys, you don't vape, you do fucking jewels, don't you?
Yeah, but that's because they got us off of cigarettes.
I gotta admit, it's nice. I keep getting the... Okay, so like, I didn't turn on targeted ads for my fucking YouTube videos recently, so I kept getting, Here, one sec, I got a phone call. That was weird. My grandpa tried to call me, but like when I answered, either I hung up or he hung up. But I couldn't tell. I hate that sometimes.
Well, that explains why they're cops.
But basically, I keep getting these deals about how like fucking the pods and the vapes are like killing us and like ruining our immune systems, and I'm just sitting here like, I'm like, it's not though. It's just fucking, like, some of them don't even have fucking nicotine, like, it's just to have, like, honestly, you can, vapes get a bad reputation because they, like, crank them up and turn them into fucking literal ovens that burn their fucking internal organs, like a fucking pizza cooker.
Well, even the other thing, a lot of these anti-vape campaigns are being run by big
tobacco companies.
Except for Marlboro. I respect Marlboro. Marlboro is pushing for vapes. You know why?
Why?
Because in 3 years, Marlboro plans to quit selling cigarettes.
Are they switching over to vapes?
Yep.
And e-cigs?
E-cigs and vapes.
I figured.
That's what they're switching the market to. And okay, they will still be selling one kind of cigarette. They plan on selling marijuana cigarettes.
From the look of the feed I'm getting from you.
But the thing for me is, like, they're pushing for it because they're switching away from cigarettes, and that's a good thing to do. You know, all these posts that are like, oh, vapes are worse than cigarettes, and da 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 da. They're just other tobacco companies trying to fucking pull some bullshit.
Oh, well, like, it's really bad because, like, when I worked at Love's, we had, like, a dude who worked directly for tobacco companies, and he's like, you know, we could sell cigarettes for $1 and still make a profit, right?
Yeah.
He's like, because all that shit they put in there that, like, kills people, yeah, that shit doesn't cost nothing. He's like, that's also the shit that gives them cancer. And he's like, which is why some of us are, like, starting to switch to fucking e-cigs. And yeah, it's not going to kill people as much, so that's good. But it's also, like, they're not doing it to help people. They're just doing it to get it on the market. But he was basically giving us, like, 100% off coupons and shit because, like, how much money cigarettes fucking make, it doesn't fucking matter. They could give out handouts for a year and still make a profit.
Dude, here's one of the main reasons I switched, because I did the math. Now granted, when I started, it wasn't as cheap. The only reason I got the Juul to start was because it put off very little vape smoke. And what it did was allow me to do it inside of work and inside
We
of
need to
school
get you
without them
inside
knowing.
the central structure.
And the reason I did that
That's
is
fair.
because
Looking at the schematics,
at
Reeves and his
school,
team
you know,
managed
it was
to
a 5-minute
transmit.
walk
I'd
off
suggest
campus,
you try to
and then 5 minutes
blast
back, and we were given
loose
10
one of
minutes
the
to
smoke
get smoke.
seals and use the resulting rupture to effect entry.
Also,
Now,
like,
For any
our
there-
AMP
there-
teacher
there's a
was
bit,
totally
like-
cool and would just be like, hey, go smoke when everyone gets back, we'll restart class. So some of us would walk off campus, go smoke, walk over, get snacks, an energy drink, and then come back in like 30 minutes, and she'd be like, alright, we're all here, let's start. She didn't give a fuck.
another thing, like, e-cigs aren't as good as vapes, but they're not even fucking close. Like, literally, most of the shit that kills you in cigarettes, if you do the fucking check, is all the fucking byproducts and bullshit they put in there. And, like, yeah, nicotine is a drug. It's an addictive drug.
Yes.
But even then, it's not like fucking cocaine, meth, or even
Right.
fucking, like,
And the thing is,
it and
it's
pot
fucking
are probably
legal.
on similar levels.
Now,
Yeah.
the issue
Oh,
I
by
have
the
is
way,
the fact that cigarettes
most
are
fucking
legal.
places are now trying to make cigarettes. You have to be 21 to smoke cigarettes or
I
vapes.
know.
Actually, fucking, there's a deal where big fucking tobacco's making. You have to be 21 to do e-cigs, but not fucking cigarettes.
Well, okay, the reason for that, per se, is a lot of places won't ID for vape stuff. Or a lot of people that just turned 18 that are still in high school will go in and buy like Juul pods and stuff like that for the underage people. That's what the whole 21 thing for vaping is. And that is to make sure, people are out of high school, so we can't get them to high school students. Which I do, because there are so many 16-year-olds that I used to work with that have vape, or that have the duals. And it, like, that just irritates me. What is so bad in your life at 16 that you need nicotine?
Most of the time it's like shitty parents and stuff.
Right.
We're the generation that's like come out of like really shitty divorces or like one night stands. It's sad but true.
Yeah. It's just, honestly, like, and some things you have to understand, but I personally managed to push through for a while without nicotine. I get in college, and I'm working and going to school and trying to start my EMS career and, trying to, like, dealing with money issues and shit like that. Yeah, that I can understand. Working a high-stress job while going to school for another high-stress job where you're getting paid for another high-stress job and shit like that, like, I understand. Because your life is literally just filled with stress.
Yeah, like right now, I don't know if I've gotten to tell you because it's been a while since I played with you. But basically, I became the only assistant manager because the other assistant manager had to take the manager spot because our manager left and took like fucking money.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and like basically everything is run through the fucking system at Dollar Tree, but also like you have to be a fucking manager to hire people and shit
Dollar
like
Tree?
that. Yeah, I work at Dollar Tree now. I don't work at Love's anymore, dude.
Oh shit, see, that's the last time I talked to you was you bitching about the team leader getting promoted even though she'd only been there for a short amount of time.
Oh yeah, she wasn't. Yeah, the fucking employee we had just hired was getting more promotions than people who
Yeah.
had been there for years. Yeah, that was. Yeah, I quit because of that. Now I'm an assistant fucking manager at Dollar Tree.
Nice.
And I get bonuses and fucking pay raises yearly, so it's nice. I only work part-time too, but I have the chance to always get up more hours whenever I can. So honestly, I'm probably gonna get a check to see if I can switch to full-time. Just because like we have a few people that are kind of shitty, and like we're probably gonna weed out or replace or just take away their spot and let everyone else just take the hours, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Alec, quit chewing on that.
So basically, what I'm currently dealing with, and let me reopen my fucking stream. My grandpa called me. I called him back. He didn't fucking answer. It was weird. I wonder if he found out that my grandma had a fucking heart attack. On the other side, keep in mind, they're not the ones that are together. But basically, no, all that shit went around, and I started working there. So we're trying to hire in one of the people I worked at Love's with, who was being trained to be assistant manager. She got
That should bring the whole system
she
up
got
to full
fucked
pressure.
over, and then another worker got fucked over, and they got kicked out. So I wanted to hire the one I worked with the most, and was the most dependable worker, to be our new full-time manager. So she's just got to go through a training, pass a background check, and a drug test. Which, if our pot-smoking ex-manager, basically, I got hired by the manager because she was desperate, and the assistant manager quit. And then like she keeps coming back in asking for a job. We're like, no, you fucking quit. You're on the no hire list, bitch. So yeah, fuck that. We're not letting her come back, and we'll fucking fight it. Me and the other assistant manager. But now I've got to do a fucking team meeting tonight where it's basically we're talking to all the fucking employees and telling them it's like, hey, I went through the schedule, found all the shady shit the old manager was doing and how she was fucking one of the hardest workers out of hours. And I said, that's not how this shit works. One, he's been here the longest and he works the hardest and comes in for fucking extra shifts to help out. This motherfucker doesn't deserve 17 hours. We're giving the special needs kid 17 hours. Why are we giving our hardest workers 17 hours?
Yeah.
Which should show how fucked up it was. Basically, one of the guys I work with at Love's, his girlfriend, and I'm using quotation marks, which you cannot see, basically she's been cheating on him, sleeping around, and then she thought she got knocked up by some trucker she was fucking around with. So she was the boss's favorite, and she works at the Dollar Tree, and she came back after quitting. So like, the boss gave her seniority and privileges back, which was bullshit, and she did it just because they were like buddy. And after this fucking meeting today, I'm gonna tell her, I'm like, yeah, all that privilege you fucking got was fucking this dude out of hours, this fucking hard worker right here. When you've missed 8 shifts in the last 4 fucking weeks, and I'm like, I don't care if you miss your fucking shifts. You call in 2 hours ahead is basically what I'm gonna tell her tonight, and you get your shit fucking done. And if you need your fucking god damn it, I died. If you need your fucking shifts switched over or shit like that, that's fucking fine. But if you miss shifts and you don't give a 2-hour fucking notice, we're just gonna start cutting your fucking hours, and that's on you. We get it, you have kids, but you evidently don't care enough about them to give them a fucking secure home. So I'm not giving you enough fucking pity.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You openly admit to cheating, and this is a fucking family store. I don't want to hire scumbags, and you're here,
Okay.
and I can swap
I'm
you
about
out
to
because
send
you've got
you-
a bunch of workers.
Let's send you a picture on Snapchat. I believe that should be. Also, did you get the video I sent you over Xbox?
I might have. It just probably hasn't shown up yet.
I got my first play of the game on Black Ops 4.
You got your first play of the game. How long have you had that fucking game?
I have not gotten it on my new Xbox until just now. I'm a level 11. It was a fucking
Fuck, I'm down
piece.
to. I'm down to play that if you can convince fucking Sean to do it, because I want to. Basically, what has happened recently, and I don't know if Sean had told you, but basically, like, there was a lot of miscommunication, and I guess his manager had a heart attack, but Sean wasn't telling us shit, so like we were just left here like grasping at fucking straws, figuring out what the fuck was going on. Well, I guess there was like a really weird coincidence where I guess I was trying to invite him to Borderlands, and then it showed him kick, and I joined his game, and then at the same time, I guess he sent it to invite only, and then had switched back into game, and then went offline or whatever the fuck he did. So like me and Josiah were sitting here the whole time thinking like Sean just pretty much told me to go fuck myself. So like I was mad at Sean trying to talk to him, But he wouldn't talk to us for a while. And then like me and Josiah were like, oh, all right, we'll just give him some fucking shit. And he didn't like that. We were all at like a little bit of a what the fuck's going on type deal, and no one was fucking talking. So we were just sitting here left, fucking grasping with straws, trying to figure shit out.
Plus, you know, then there was me who just kind of dropped off the face of the earth for a little while.
Yeah, I was wondering what the fuck happened to you.
Just dealing with
Yeah,
it.
but
So,
I guess
by the way,
Sean had a lot of stressful shit coming on, and like me and Josiah were dealing with some shit, and then we were trying to figure out what the fuck was going on with Sean, and we just like fucking at one point we're just like, well, if he's not gonna fucking talk to us or tell us what the fuck's going on, I'm not gonna fucking guess this shit. So
I called him one night to see what he was up to, and he was fucking piss drunk in his house.
yeah, he had been telling us that he had like got really depressed, so I don't doubt that. He was dealing with some shit, but he wasn't fucking telling us. Yeah,
so I called him one night to see what he was up to. I was like, hey man, what you do? And he was like, make a mac and cheese.
Oh yeah, he sent me no, that was like a fucking week ago after we'd made up. No, like he just like kind of dropped off for a bit, and then just like he was constantly playing Borderlands after I bought it, and we're system shared. So like when he did that thing, I thought he was like telling me to fuck off, and so I started trying to guilt trip him, which never works with Sean. Which I guess I completely didn't realize. And I was like, how's that game I bought? And I pissed him off. But I was just like, what the fuck? Shit.
See, yeah, and so like I was on the phone with him while he was trying to make mac and cheese, and it was just hard. But anyway, so between, well, partially what was going on with me was between April 22nd and May 6th, I was going to be, April 22nd was my final day at Buffalo Wild Wings. I quit Buffalo Wild Wings.
Okay.
As much as I loved it there, I quit because May 6th, I started AMR as an EMT.
Oh, okay. So you started your EMT shit full time, basically.
Yeah.
You have to hurry. Those fools at
So,
the Pentagon
but
are
like
getting ready to act.
the reason I had that little 2 weeks was like it was just like a little. My mantra as a school where if you put in your 2 weeks notice, you can't hold it up. Once you put in your official 2 weeks, it's in. We had a deal with it. You know, I had an interview the next day, or in 2 days from that time. Once she would give me the 2 days, so that way if I did get the job and they needed me to start early, my 2 weeks was already in. But if I didn't get the job, I could keep my job.
Yeah.
And just because she loved me there, and I didn't want to just be fucked in the position. It was just like a precautionary thing. So 2 days later, I was saying, you got the job, and they told me I was hired. So I was hired. Cool. And they told me to come back in 2 days for my PAT, my physical ability test. And I said, okay, cool. So that night when I went to work, I said, hey, look, I got the job. I said, I do need I said, but I was like, 2 days from now, I need the morning off so I can do my physical agility test. I was like, okay, cool. And they fucking gave me that, and then officially put in my 2 weeks. And then after my physical agility test, they're like, hey, so your orientation starts on May 6th. And I'm like, what the fuck? Alright. Looks like I got 2 weeks off work. Which I thought was totally gonna be awesome. I would totally just chill out and everything like that, you know, because I don't have the money.
Yeah, I had a similar issue when I was working for Lowe's. Like, I guess you didn't hear about all the shit that had happened, but basically, my boss, she'd hired a bunch of part-time high schoolers who she like favorited and shit. Well, all of them asked for fucking spring break off, which is funny because when you go to work at fucking Love's, you have to work holidays, and seniors get a leave, meaning you're supposed to. She let them all fucking take off. So she broke fucking procedure for that, which pissed a lot of the people who had been there for a while off, because they had to work the fucking holidays.
Well, here's the thing,
and
you know,
then-
I've got to get used to. Sorry to interrupt, like real quick. The thing I got to get used to is I'm used to having at least 2 days a year for sure off because of the holidays. It's typically Christmas and New Year's is what you get off. Now I'm going into a job that's literally I could work any day of the year.
That's kind of awesome.
Kinda, yeah.
I'm one of those dudes who like I fucking hate holidays because my family sucks.
Well, I like to go and see my family usually. Plus, you know, my aunt just got diagnosed with cancer, so there's that.
Yeah, that'll do it. Ah, fuck. There's a
Stage
boy.
4 cancer that's an irreversible.
So she's probably got no hope of fucking going into like
Basically,
relapse or whatever.
she basically what the doctors told her is they'd like to try chemo, but it only works in their studies for that type of cancer. It only works in 4 of 1,000 people for that type of cancer.
Yeah.
So
And chemo also kind of slowly kills them too, so it's kind of like taking
right.
shit from two
So-
angles, you know?
My aunt said basically, I'm gonna give it a little bit to try, and if it works, I'll continue it. If there's no change at all, I'm not gonna do it. There's no point. I'm just gonna live the rest of my life. But it sucks because
Basically,
cancer is
yeah.
how her mother went.
That is kind of sad.
It's actually my great aunt, so my grandmother's sister. And so my great grandmother went from cancer. And I haven't gotten a chance to check on my great grandfather. But I can't imagine he's taking it too well because it's, you know, his daughter. So, but
I can't imagine either.
you know, he's 90 something, or 80 or 90, somewhere in there. And so, you know, he's gonna outlast his daughter.
Yeah, I don't think any parent would want that.
I will say the men in our family have a great track record of fucking lasting insanely long. So,
Good. Now let's see what the suit will do.
alright, so you're streaming Crisis.
Yeah, basically I went through and bought Darkness 1, Darkness 2,
Recognition.
Crisis 1, 2, and 3, and I beat Crisis 1 in like a night.
The protocols are compatible.
Oh my god, this is such a fake thing. It's fucking great. I just got a message from this random person that said, "What you doing?" But the profile pic was someone that normally is like they appear offline. And so I thought maybe this person that I had talked to while I was
More
just
resistance than I
streaming.
You'd better.
And they said, "What you
Excuse me,
doing?"
please.
And I said, "Nothing. Want to play?" Because I thought it was them. And then the message back was, "I got your name from the member search here because on this Xbox app because I was bored and looking for new people to talk to." Smiley face. And then another one that said, "How old are you?"
Oh, the sex
And I was
bots.
just like-
It's the sex
And I was
bots.
just like, this is great. Right then and there, no, this is fucked up. So I was like, let's see what we do.
Xbox is
Alcatraz, listen
slowly
to me
getting
very
like
carefully.
The
decision
sex
is
bots.
made.
Sex bots.
bots.
Are in the air. Get out of there.
Sex
I've
bots are
dispatched a
invading the
helicopter to pick you up, but you'll
Xbox
have
chat.
to move quickly.
They've
Get
apparently been
behind
like
the ground.
prominent in
Hurry.
PlayStation because security of PlayStation fucking sucks. But like they're just now coming into Xbox. But it, like you'll barely get like maybe one every 3 months. It's rare, but it does happen on occasion.
But anyway, so she said, "How old are you?" I said, "Why would you pick me?" And she said, "22 female, what are you up to?"
That's it. The barrier is down. Run, Alcatraz. You've got to get out alive. You and that suit are our only hope.
Damn it, I can't say what I want to because I could get fucking Thomas banned. Honestly, what I want to say right now is slugging dicks and killing chicks.
You could get content banned. Oh, on
Comms
your
banned.
Xbox.
Comms banned. I
Oh,
can get
comms
comms
banned.
banned. Oh my god, I'd love to just message back. Just slugging dicks and killing chicks. What's that? Want to meet up? Oh my god, that's fucking.
Yeah, Juicy sent me a message the other day. Apparently one of the sex bots messaged him, and he was just like, what the fuck? We're invaded by sex bots.
Part of me wants to reply, and part of me is just like, fuck it. But part of me wants to like run this conversation out.
He must be somewhere around here. If that tracking gizmo Gould gave us actually works.
And if he didn't drown in the wave. Fucking Pentagon. Can you believe that shit? Can't agree. Go.
Alright, fuck it. I'm just saying eat spaghetti.
It's Cheeto,
Oh,
man.
God.
Remember me?
Okay, did you get the picture I sent you on Snapchat?
Let me check.
What the hell happened to you?
Because I want you to guess.
You want me to guess what? What is he was arrested for?
You be shopping without me?
I mean, I'm sure, I don't know if you remember,
Someplace more secure.
or if you recognize the name.
Yeah, no shit, man.
Ethan. But I don't.
My brother.
Oh, that's your brother?
Mm-hmm.
He was arrested?
Mm-hmm.
For what?
Take a guess.
Was he fucking kids? He looks like he diddles kids. He was diddling kids!
No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not what I meant. I just meant like, oh my god, that's fucking great. No, he got arrested for possession of marijuana and,
He looks like he either
Deal
deals in
it.
drugs or deals in children. Oh, okay, that works. I was like, it's one of the two. Either's not pretty.
possession of marijuana and DUI. Is what he got arrested for.
The double decker.
Now, the DUI charge, he can get dropped. According to him, he wasn't under the influence, and the test that he was given was bullshit. And according to a cop, what happened, it was bullshit. Basically, he was falling asleep, and so he pulled over because the car was giving him issues to try and fix the car and fell asleep in the car. And the cop woke him up, pulled him out of the car, and immediately had him do a DUI field test. Which, you know, just waking up, he's already exhausted. He's gonna fucking, you know, he's gonna end up failing the DUI
Fucking
test.
calamari with guns.
But still, like, the protection.
Oh, I fucking bet. Is he gonna get jail time?
Nope, he's gonna get at least 6 months because the way the charge is written out, possession while operating motor vehicle. So he's gonna lose his license for 6 months. And if he can't get the DUI charge dropped, he's gonna lose his license.
No offense, like, I don't care if you smoke fucking weed, but like, people need to be smarter about how they do that shit.
Right. He swears he forgot everything from that. I'm just like,
You'll never forget that shit. Yeah, I forgot how much I loved Crisis, dude. Oh my god.
I haven't played in a really long time.
Good. It was a good fucking game. Good
I'm debating what I want to
game.
play.
I get off at like, I'm probably gonna get off around 10ish tonight because I'll get off at 9 and then I gotta close store and then I gotta do that fucking store meeting. So,
Yeah.
and then I gotta talk to that one person individually because she was doing shady shit and she was fucking our hard worker out of hours. Like, he was getting as many hours as a special needs kid. Come on. That's not fair.
But right now I'm debating between playing Sniper Elite, Resident Evil 5, Hello Neighbor. Okay, that one seems hella interesting.
God damn it, I died. What enabled or whatever?
Hello Neighbor.
Oh, hello neighbor. Hello enabled.
Hello Disabled.
That's hello disabled.
Hello Disabled.
Hello disabled.
Oh hush. Red wine.
Have you ever played the Crisis games?
It's been a while, but yeah.
They're like the fucking best games ever made. It's like a really interesting shooter because you're a one-man guerrilla army.
Oh my god. Fucking hell. So, here's how the conversation went so far from last night. She said, 22 female, what are you up to? I said, yeet, spaghetti. And she said, I just got done playing Overwatch. My vacation ended and I'm not exactly loving it, lol. I'm still in university right now, so I'm really enjoying the time off.
I like how she's like
really enjoying it.
university, but doesn't specify which one.
I'm just saying.
I fucking love you sometimes. Out of everything to fucking say and to give like that fucking whore AI something to think about, your response is yeet yeet spaghetti. I don't know how the AI is gonna figure it out if I can't even figure out what the fuck you're saying.
I got a fire one. Good now. Dang, yo, spooky goat.
Yo, spooky goat. God, these fucking Marines are killer.
I wonder. Oh, Sean's on again.
Is he?
Oh no, he never got off. Sorry, he's on home. Sorry, I just saw 3 people back on it. Removed. Wonder if this works. Oh damn, I can't do it that way. I was trying to see if I could add someone to the conversation and add you to the conversation.
Wait, do what?
I was trying to add you to a conversation, but the only way to do it is to start a new group chat.
Oh, you want to add me to that conversation with the whore? No, thank you. I choose death.
Here's the thing, I just want to know what the end game is here.
Probably ask you for credit info or tell you she's on some phone site.
Okay, here we go, we're starting to get to it. So I was an idea if you'll up a little fun.
If it's at all possible, son, do you think you could keep my billion-dollar suit out of the line of fire for a while?
Oh, I gotta
It'd
come up
really
with
be
another
better for
one.
all concerned if you reached us in one piece. I'm doing what I can to provide you with cover, but please try to exercise some caution. At the risk of sounding melodramatic, watch the sky.
Oh god! They know!
Alright, I got another one I just sent. Yaga Yaga beats Lasagna. And I spelled it just like that.
I sometimes love and hate you. I feel like it's a mix. Yes, I got death grip. Alright, big red bitch, where you at? Clifford the big red stab wound, no! Ow! You're like the bitchy calamari fucking Baraka. I really want to play the new Mortal Kombat, but I'm debating whether or not to buy it or not. Fuck you! Oh, it's in the air. That was a lot of
Oh,
information.
here we go. I was actually gonna get to work here shortly. My girlfriend was working online and I kept asking her about it, so she showed me what she was doing when we got back to school last fall. I thought she was out of her mind at first, haha, but it's pretty cool actually. We're doing, we work doing online private webcam shows. It sounded super nuts at first.
Yeah.
Freaking love it. Yep.
Yeah, so she's trying to get you to use a card to get to her online webcam show. Which by the way, I know that you're smart enough to know this, but like, when they do that shit, like, whenever it sends you to the site and stuff, it's not even them you're getting to.
Yeah.
And if it is them, they're the fake profiles, so it's like, it's literally just like, they're feeding on men's hormones to like get fucking money, which is a little fucked up, because like, being a dude and all, like, you know the plight of like your hormones have on you at times, and like, you're not proud of it at moments, but damn, that shit's really but like, dudes are genetically hardwired to fucking reproduce as many times as possible in a short period of time. Instinctual. Doesn't make it okay. I'm just saying it's hardwired into us because of males.
I'm just saying teat
So,
eats
like-
meat.
Oh god. This game and its explosive barrels. Mwah. Just right. Yeah, I have fucking anti-air to take down that dickhead if he goes back. That's a big boy. That's an armored boy.
Yo, so there was this there was this fucking time I was at McDonald's, and there was a snap code for a Snapchat account on on the wall in between the windows.
Even oh, I was gonna say, did you find a snap code near a fucking toilet?
No, it was on the wall in between the drive-through windows. So like, I had the person that was driving stop, and I was like, I'm curious. They have piqued my interest. And so
I am
scanned it.
at peak levels of intrigue.
Yeah, and so I was like, I scanned it, added the account, and there was nothing posted on the story at the time. And then like the next 24 hours, it was just like porn, lots of porn.
You're like, ah, yes, I have found
And I just
Valhalla.
stopped. I just stopped and I was like, poor McDonald's, they don't even know.
They wanted a McDick, and they gave it to him.
It's fucking great.
Oh, God.
No, but like, it's this couple that works for Bang Bros.
Oh my god. So what, they linked Bros or something?
Like, it's, no, like, they work for the company. Bang Bros. And so it's like this, it's literally this
God, I
Snap
love
account,
that
like
porn.
recording themselves, like they'll put out messages like, hey, we're gonna be it. Like they run along between like Texas and Florida, and they just drive back up and forth, and they're like, hey, we're gonna be in like Mobile, Alabama. Who wants to hook up and make a video with us?
Oh, for Bang Bus.
Yeah.
I frequently watch porn. I am a 21-year-old male. I'm not gonna hide it.
I gotta go.
I'm a man. Fair enough. I do not, so more porn for me. Yeah, I went on a date recently and I got the whole, oh, my boyfriend chose pot over me. I'm like, well, that sucks. Would you like to go watch a movie and actually get treated right? And it was like, oh, I don't know. I'm still a little bent over him. And I'm like, the dude chose a leaf over you. Don't give him the satisfaction of you being, oh, I'm depressed because this piece of shit, who I knew was a piece of shit, chose a magic leaf over me. I'm like, you know what? I can understand maybe, but like she was giving me examples of all the fucked up shit he did to her in the relationship, and I'm like, at this point, I've lost all sense of admiration for you because you've shown me how desperate and stupid you are.
Mm-hmm.
It's like girls who are like, oh, why can't I find a nice guy? And then it's like, oh, would you like to go watch a movie? It's like, oh, my pot-smoking, worthless fucking boyfriend just dumped me over weed. Why can't I find a nice guy? I show up and I'm like, oh, okay, sweet. So dude, we hung out for 5 fucking hours. We went on a fucking walk. And I talked to Josiah about this on a stream, but like, it got a little like depressing, so like I took it out. I was like, I either need to reword the way some of this shit is or something, because yeah, it got depressing just because I wasn't in a good place at the time. Because like, me and her had really hit it off. We'd spent like 5 hours together, just talking. We just went around a park and just fucking walked and talked.
Yeah.
Had a good fucking time. And I was like, oh man, this is really fucking nice. I'm enjoying this. I'm like, so we'll go watch a movie this weekend. And then like, I have yet to hear back from her. And she's like, well, I'm gonna need you to wait because I'm still bent over my pilot. And like, I was nice about it. I went, okay. how long would you like me to wait? And she's like, maybe like 4 months. And I went, fuck that.
See,
I was
the
like,
way
dude,
my
I'd
girlfriend-
wait 2 or 3 months, but like, I ain't waiting 4 fucking months because you're bent over a useless human being.
Like the way me and my girlfriend ended up together was pretty fucking cool. Because me and my girlfriend have known each other for 10 years.
Okay.
And so it was one of those situations of just like, you know, we hung out because she knew my brother and she had previously dated my brother. And
Oh, that's
she-
weird, dude.
it is, but
No, I'm not dissing you. I'm just saying that's
it was a
that's a no.
weird concept in my head to get past, but it's like the way things happened, it was just like I didn't even think. Because like basically like we were hanging out and then like she was coming over to hang out with my brother, not because they're still friends regardless.
Okay.
You know, she's already made it clear. She had made it clear multiple times that nothing was going to happen, but he kept pushing, and so she was about to quit hanging out with him, and I was over there, and so she got pissed off at him and walked out because he tried to make another move, and I was outside smoking a cigarette, so she sat down with me and smoked, and we sat there and talked for a while, and she's like, God, it's so hard to find someone to have a goddamn decent conversation with, and then like she had to go home, so she went home, and like the next
What
day
does your
she
brother
messaged
think
me
of
on-
you being with her right now? Wait, is your brother the...
he-
Wait, is your brother that one that got caught with possession, though, that
Yes.
was dating her? Oh no, dude, I'm losing more respect for both of you. You're making
Why?
it worse. Why? Because she dated the dumbass, and 2, you're fucking someone who
Okay.
probably at one point fucked your brother. She dick foodled you both canoodles.
This was 5 years ago that they had even dated.
No, but he was still liked her, and it was still, oh god, Mac, what the fuck?
Nothing ever happened between
I'm not.
them.
Nothing happened?
Nothing happened. Because he was an asshole and that's all he wanted out of her.
But
His
did
my
he
girl's
say
got
something
standards.
happened and she said she didn't?
Mm-mm.
No, he also said that nothing happened?
Well, we never really talked about it. But, you know.
I don't know, man.
trust her.
It's
she's
still,
told me-
it's still a weird situation.
Because she's told me about
It's
her
at least,
past.
it's at least, a little taboo-y.
But the thing was, or the thing
Delta
is,
Company,
like, we were hanging
this
out,
is Cyclops
and
7. Approaching the
so it's
LZ.
like,
Stand
she went
by
home
for
that night,
area
and then, like, the next day
terminal.
she messaged
Let's
me
make this
and
quick and
asked what I was
painless,
up to,
gentlemen.
and
Copy, Cyclops 7. Follow our
we
smoke.
were just kind of texting all day, and then I was like, well, I got work, and she was like, okay, and then like she showed up at work, she was like, oh, I was hungry, so I figured I'd come in and hang out for a little bit, and I was like, all right, cool.
Wait, let's go.
So we chatted for a little while, and got her some food and everything, and then I didn't have a ride home, so she was like, oh, I'll give you a ride home.
This is
I
it.
was like, all right, cool.
Everyone back to the LZ.
And
Let's go. Let's
So
go.
she gave me a ride home, and on the way home, the past couple of days, she had been saying, talking about how she wanted something to eat other than salads, because all her parents had at the house was salad and shit, because they were on a diet. And on the way home, I made a good run. Like, on the way home, I was just walking around. So she really wanted to get something to eat. Where would you? I said, where would you want to eat? She was like, I don't know. And I was like, well, I said, pick a place. And she's like, no. And I'm like, well, here's the thing. I'm starving. We're gonna stop and get food. So where would you like to eat? And so she picked the movies out, and we went back to my house and ate, hung out, watched the movie, and then she went home, and then there was a whole bunch of shit going on. My roommate that night found out that her boyfriend, who was going to be moving in, that she'd been together with for like 2 weeks, had previously dated her.
City ducks here! Move!
And so now,
Maybe you should Stop telling me things.
Nothing ever happened between them either. But the reason they broke up
It's
was
still
because
fucking weird, man.
I know, like this is
Or
more
at
like,
least
this-
awkward.
fucking awkward ass fucking thing. But because we weren't even doing
See, like,
anything about it.
one
It
of
was
these
literally just hanging out.
instances would be like, come on, man. But you're like, continuing the story, and there's more.
And so my roommate didn't want her at the house. She's like, I'm sorry, but I don't want him to be uncomfortable, so she can't be here. And I'm just like, okay, that's some bullshit, but your house, whatever. So we started hanging out at my parents' house.
It's a little fair, dude. I mean, it's a little fair.
Okay, when you think about it this way, she knew him for a week and he was about to move in, and I've known this girl for 10 years, but we were just hanging out.
That,
So why is it that my girl, or
yeah,
that she
I
can't come
will
over to the
say,
house?
but like,
Because we both
I will say
fucking
that
live
like
there.
that's a scummy way for those two to meet and shit. So yeah, but also like,
But here's the thing.
even
I
though
sat down,
you're still roommates and have to respect each other. So it's like you should have came to a compromise, not her being allowed, but like maybe like making sure that like, hey, she's coming over, let's make sure that he's not there, or
Alcatraz,
something.
I'm
Like
afraid
you gotta
events
come with a
are
compromise because you're roommates.
Currently
That's what I was
escalating beyond my
trying to talk to her
control.
about. She's like, well, I don't want
Your
him to be
suit is
uncomfortable,
working
and
at the
he's
spore
moving in,
right
so he's gonna be
now,
here all the
building a
time. and-
biocode bridge
okay, whatever.
between our
So she went to
technology
work one
and
day.
the
He was
sex.
home, and so I sat down and talked
But
to
we
him.
must have more time.
I was like, hey,
Go
you
with
know,
your fellow
I didn't
Marines,
realize
do
that
what you
this
can.
was the situation.
I have
you know.
not abandoned you,
Um,
Alcatraz.
don't mean to make you uncomfortable, but he's like, it doesn't make me uncomfortable. Why? And I was like, well, I was just curious if she could come over if you're not home or something like that. And he's just like, why would I care if she came over? Like nothing ever. And he's like, nothing ever really happened between us. And he was like, yeah, it's kind of just a breakup. And he's like, but he's like, no hard feelings anywhere. And I was just like, okay. I said, then why did she tell me she can't come over anymore? And he was like, she did?
Okay,
Just-
now
she
I
did
can
it without
definitely
telling
see
him.
where it's like a fuck you thing to your roommates. Yeah, without his opinion, and he was actually cool with it. Yeah, that's a little sketchy.
And so he was cool with it. So he talked to her that night, and she ended up getting mad at me for going to him. And I'm just like, I was just trying to work something out, okay? And so he okayed it. But in the meantime, for those 3 days, we were coming over, which is incredible. Nothing was happening. We were just hanging out, so we were watching movies, and like we ended up staying up all night. The first night watching movies and shit, and then the next night again, we ended up staying up all night watching movies. And it's not like when we fell asleep, we were cuddled up next to each other on the couch. No, we were sleeping on opposite ends of the couch and stuff like that. And then on one night, she just like she got up to, or she wanted leftovers, so I got up to go get the leftovers. And she's like, oh, you didn't have to do that. And I was like, yeah, whatever. And then, like, so we shared the leftovers, and then she got up and so take stuff into the kitchen and throw it away. And this is on. She's like, no, you stay here. She's like, you got it, I'll keep it, throw it away. I was like, okay. And then she came back, and instead of sitting on the other end of the couch, she sat down there next to me. And I was just like, okay. And then, like, throughout the movie, like, she just kept inching closer. And, like, I knew she had a boyfriend at the time, so I was just trying to be respectful. So I kept inching away. And then she just kind of looked at me, she's like, what's wrong? And I was like, oh, nothing. Because in my head, I wasn't sure if, like, it was her dropping the hint, or, like, what. First week, I was really bad about picking that shit up. And then she was just like, she's like, what's wrong? I said, oh, no, just stepping my head back. And so she's like, well, let's go try and talk about it. So she finally cried it out of me. That's what I was putting in my head. She was kind of, because I was like, you know, I don't know if you got the hint, and I don't want to make a move because it's disrespectful, or and that's when she told me that her boyfriend was treating her like shit and hadn't even really spoken to her the past week. And
But
he was
she
out of
had a
state
boyfriend
anyway.
at the time?
He lived out of state. Like it was, what she explained to me is basically he was settling because he couldn't find anyone better. And so he just kind of settled out of state. They got he lived in Louisiana, we live in Mississippi, and you know, he wouldn't make any effort to come down and see her or anything like that. Basically being a big piece of shit. And so I was just like, you know, because I'm trying to be respectful and not be that kind of guy. And then it just, like, we went back inside and I sat down on the couch and she sat down next to me and laid her head on my shoulder. And then really quickly picked her head up and kissed me on the cheek. And I was just like, and I kind of like pulled away kind of quick. She was like, what? I was like, it was just like, it was fast. It scared me. She was like, what? And then she like kind of looked back forward and she was like, I was just afraid if I did it any slower, you'd look at me and I still would have kissed you. And I looked at her, and this was like the turning point where I was like, fuck, I don't do fuck anymore. And so I looked at her and I was just like, hey, and she looked back up to me and I kissed her and ta-da, that's ended up how we ended up. Fucking almost, or fucking 4.5 months ago. And she broke up with her boyfriend, which she got
After,
pissed off
though?
about, and I'm like, you're not making any fucking effort to go see her. Why? But
Alcatraz, over here! Punch it, man, let's go!
like, why are you mad that she broke up with you when you're not making any effort to go see her? You know, she doesn't have a job and you're sitting there constantly telling her to drive up to see you.
Yeah.
She doesn't have the fucking money for that shit. You know, she has to pay for her own shit while she's up there, and
Hopefully I'm
yeah.
reaching your comrades too with this. I've bounced this signal off your suit to their cards.
Who the fuck is that?
My name is Jacob
but
Hurd.
you know, we sparked off a
Now you
pretty
may or
damn
may
great
not be
relationship
aware
so
that
far. So
Alcatraz's suit is evolving into a powerful bioweapon against the aliens you face. But in order to
Happy
complete
for you,
that
but
process,
like that
I know,
whole
you
situation's a little sketch.
Alcatraz, you must go immediately
And
to the
like my
Hargreave
first
Rash
interaction with her
building. I'm
wasn't super
uploading
positive.
coordinates now.
I'm not gonna be a dick about it or
Take your
anything.
colleagues with you.
But if
You will
stuff's
need their
said to
support.
me, you know how I am. I will.
Please make
I will say
haste,
shit
all of
back.
you. The Ceph will
But
not
no,
wait on us.
it's at least a little different for me. I can't say I agree with all of it, but I'm not going to judge you for it. It's a little sketch for my
The Hargreave Rash
taste.
building.
You know what I mean?
But the main entrance is blocked with
Yeah.
rubble, and the building
I
is in
feel you,
lockdown.
and can you know,
Security systems show the parking levels
I still
appear
end
to be
up
at
looking
least
over my shoulder
partially
like, you know, oh,
unlocked.
is it gonna
And from there, you
happen
should
to
be
me?
able
What
to
what
work
she
your
did
way
to
up
other
to
guys?
ground
That
Yeah,
didn't happen to
I
me
know,
and
because
shit
that
like
like
that.
it always
But-
leaves like a whole thing of like if at any point where she deems you not worthy, describing it as if it's like fucking Thor's hammer, she just gives it to someone fucking else. You know what I mean? It's stuff like that. Like you're always gonna look back on it. There's always gonna be that unhealthy doubt. It's not the best situation. I'm saying it could have been better if she had broken up with her boyfriend beforehand, and maybe you had
Yeah.
encouraged that.
Hargreave Rash buildings. just
But I
like
also know what it's like to be a guy and be in the situation where you're like, dude, I've been fucked over constantly and I just want a fucking break. I get it. I get it completely. Like, I've made like really fucking dumb decisions. Like, at one point I got so fucking low, I went after this crazy chick and then I nearly got reverse raped. So like,
See-
I'm not looking down on you. Like I can see this shit happening. It's more along the lines of where I'm just like, you could have handled it better in certain instances, and I'm
Yeah.
just throwing that out there. But I mean, you're aware of it, so it's not like, hey, fuck you and this and that. It's more along the lines of, it's like, I can see it, I can get it, that's all fucking cool and dandy. But also, like, I also didn't have the very good interaction with her the first time.
Yeah.
Just because,
And
like, we
I
were
said,
trying...
it was a big misunderstanding. Like, she was trying to make a joke out of it. And
Yeah, she's really bad
Well-
at joking. I'm gonna tell you that one.
our sense of humors are like that. Like, we joke about shit like that.
You
know?
Yeah, dude, but like, there's joking and there's like implying that you're joking, but then like, like saying fucked up shit with a serious tone and being like, I was joking, that rubs 90% of people the wrong fucking way, because they can't tell you're fucking joking. And like, me and Sean were like, hey, calm down a little bit. Like,
Well,
I still have it up
from
somewhere,
what I
but,
saw, it was just kind of like, she was just kind of like, you know, she said it.
I was giving her shit at
Like-
I admit I gave her shit in the beginning because like she's got the same fucking voice as your cousin,
But like the whole,
or at least through the
like,
mic.
whenever
she
you talking
does.
about that situation, like she was basically just trying to make a joke of, you know, guys think with their dicks, not their heads, and like I guess you didn't say it in like the most joking tone, but I even
She
saw it
could
as
have
a
just
joke,
said,
and
so-
then you guys
like,
kind of popped off.
sometimes guys think
So-
with their dicks and not their heads, but like
She's
the
not
way
that
shit
kind of
was
person,
escalating,
though.
and like Sean got pissed before I did, and I got
But see-
pissed afterwards because like I was taking it jokingly throughout most of it, and like I was kind of joking back, but then like she was losing her tone of voice. And it went from like she started off with a joking tone, dude. She did
Right.
start off with a joking tone.
But see, when Sean
but
started
like
getting
that
pissed off,
faded
she
the
started
fuck away, and Sean got
like-
pissed off.
Well, when
And I
Sean
was like,
started getting
okay.
pissed off is when I noticed her getting pissed off. But see,
Yeah.
I can't just take the headset away from her, you know? That's fucking
But, like-
rude as hell.
What's rude as
So,
hell?
like, I get,
Sorry, I
like,
said.
if I just like taken the headset away from her, like I get where you're at, like but there's really nothing.
But we
I
were
could've
both
done.
like, we weren't telling you to fucking yoink it, dude. We were mostly telling you it's like, hey, realize the situation was escalating because you were watching it, which pissed both of us off. Because you could have at least tried to mitigate it, is what we were saying. Like that's why me and Sean got mad in the end.
I
But, like
just- I couldn't
got
see
mad
how I
because
could've,
it went
like, what
it
to
went
do.
from I
Like-
got mad because it went from like us fucking joking, and I was giving her shit because over the mic she sounds just like your fucking like high pitched cousin. So like I was giving her shit for that, and then I can't remember what the fuck else I said. It was basically me just taking the piss and being me.
Right.
But then like it got taken over to Sean, and then like Sean was getting mad, and then like it went from like haha joking and about boy stuff to then just like her blatant tone fuck men, and then me and Sean went whoa, dial it back there. So Sean tried to fucking mitigate it with like, hey, you know, like sometimes like we're animalistic beings, and sometimes men have a hard time controlling themselves, because like she'd gotten very like heavier pitched, more vocal, and
Yeah.
you could tell there was more aggression in the tone. So Sean was like, whoa, let's take a step back here. But like she kept talking like that and pushing shit, and then Sean was done with it, and at that point I was fucking done with it, because like I can't remember what the fuck she said to Sean, but like something set me off. I'm like, dude, you could piss me off, I don't fucking care, because half the time everyone ticks me off, they normally never piss me off, but I fucking deal with it, I don't give a shit. But like dial it back with Sean is basically I think what I said at one point. It's like, I'm not mad at you for anything you said to fucking me, is basically what I told her at one point, but I'm like, don't fucking say shit like that to Sean. And then you popped in after all that shit, and then Sean was pissed, and he's like, okay, never again, or at least not for a while. And then you were like, oh, I know, I was listening. And then me and Sean were like, dude. Because it was just an altogether shit scenario. And
Yeah.
then Sean was pissed for like a fucking week about it. And like, dude, Sean was done with you. I'm not fucking joking. Sean was fucking done with you.
Oh, I know.
Because afterwards, like, your response to it was like, I was disappointed in just about everyone in the whole situation. But it was like, Sean was like, dude, just nod or whatever, and Sean was purely talking out of anger. And then instead of like, okay, well, why don't we just give it some time to cool down and we'll come back to this later or something like that, you more along went to the lines of like, well, she's my priority, and then just kind of fucked off. And then Sean was just sit there going, what the fuck? Oh, yeah, Iron Firefox, who is Sean? Sean is Nuclear Eevee, one of the guys we play with. But like, no, like, I still have the stream up somewhere, because like, it was like, we'd fucking gotten like 3 fucking wins, or like 2 wins in a stream, so it was a good fucking stream. So I posted it, but it's still got all that shit in there, and it's on fucking YouTube. I can guarantee it. And I know I was pissed afterwards, so I know I gave it some kind of like snarky title. It wasn't like a fuck you or anything, but it was like, huh, divided? Or some shit like that. But no, it was just like, I wasn't proud of the way it had escalated, and then your response to Sean knowing how like he can get. But don't get me wrong, I've fucking gotten mad at Sean and retaliated at times. But like, I also know there's a point when he gets so fucking mad, he refuses to listen and gets really pissed off. And then like, I'll fucking yell at him, and then he'll get mad at me and won't talk to me for a week. It's just how shit goes. It's just how he is. And like the shit I was dealing with
you don't know about me and Sean.
Do what?
Sean used to pull shit on me that I didn't like, and he knew I didn't like, but he'd do it anyway.
Is it the creepy
I'm not gonna
messages
say
he would
what.
send you while you were playing games in a party?
No, I'm not.
Because that's a
I'm not
shitty
gonna-
pull with me.
Like, you know, but it was just more. Well, it depends on what your definition of like creepy is, but.
He would send me suicidal shit in fucking party chats while I was playing with him, Logan, Slade, and Josiah, and it would get really fucking dark, and he would basically, like, it almost felt like an attention grab, but he would, like, say shit where it was kind of borderlining either I want your attention or I need your help. So when I would say something, he would, no matter what way I took it, like, here, I'll get you help, or here, I'll let someone near you know, he would get mad at me. Is Sean evil?
Well,
No, he's not
okay.
evil, Iron Firefox. He's just different.
See, it was
Sean,
more of just
Sean, like
a-
many of us, struggled with depression.
It wasn't the fact
Go
that he had depression or anything like that. It was more so like the way he handled it with me. Because there were times where like he would get mad about something that I would do. And instead of, actually sitting down and talking it out, he would, I would try and be like, hey, let's give it some time to cool off. And he's like, oh, well, I guess I'm just fucking useless and pointless to you. I'm gonna go kill myself then.
Yeah, no, he did the same shit to me, dude. Like, I can relate. And, like, I told, like, whenever, because we had a split up recently just because of, like, that whole debacle with, like, he just wasn't fucking talking to me or Josiah, so we were left fucking, no, he's not special. He's just depressed and he handles it a certain way. It's just mental health issues and stuff. But basically, I had gotten to the point where I told him, I'm like, dude, I know the weird shit you fucking sent me, and I vented to him. I told him all the shit that he did that had bothered me. I told him the way shit had looked from our end. We were trying to get a hold of him. He wasn't telling us what had happened. There was a lot of bad shit that happened. His boss that he, like, treasured had, like, a near heart attack and some other fucking shit. Like, I was made aware after he decided to fucking talk to us, but that wasn't after a week of him, like, getting super depressed, joining our party once, not saying shit, getting super depressed, and then coming back in and he's like, dude, I fucked up. But, like, I admit, Sean is a very emotional creature, and he just gets to a point where, like, there's no fucking winning with him, and until he has either time to reflect or any point of humility, he just doesn't learn. That's just how he is.
Yeah, but like the thing
It's just,
is like
and it's
I don't put
not
up with
always
that because I've been put in that situation a lot before and got stuck in a really bad place because of it. And so I told him the first time he did it, if he ever did it again, that I was done with him. We weren't gonna hang out anymore. It was over. It was it.
Well, see, I got
And
to the
so-
same point with him whenever he was sending me, like, those fucking creepy messages on fucking Xbox about, like, him wanting to fucking off himself. And, like, it was within the first few weeks of us being friends, too, which really pissed me off. Because, like, but he would send it to only me while we were in parties of full people. and then like expect me to do something about it and expect me to know him better than everyone else, and I'd only known him for 2 weeks. I completely get it, and that shit fucking happened. I don't agree with it, and whenever he does that shit, I'll fucking yell at him and be like, dude, fuck off. And he doesn't appreciate it, but then eventually after time he's like, yeah, no, I was kind of being a dick. But that comes after like 2 weeks of fucking reflection and a little bit of humility. It's just how he is. It sucks, and I have made it apparent to him multiple times. That is the only problem I've ever had with Sean. Other than that, he's a fucking perfect human being, but like, I've literally debated him being bipolar because of that shit, and I'm like, dude, are you fucking... I know he's got some mental issues and he struggles with depression. So, but I don't think he's ever truly been diagnosed besides like, hey, you have depression, here's your pills.
But see, like the thing
But I can
was,
honestly
for
see
me,
him being bipolar. But
was
make
just like-
it fast, because I fix and I have to go to work.
I was just like, you know, I told him if it ever happens again, I said I'm done. I'm not hanging out with you anymore. I said you're not gonna pull that shit on me. That's it. And so, it resolved for a while, and then he pulled it again. And
I'll admit, like, when I'm in parties with you and it's just you two and then me, I'm uncomfortable because I don't know what the fuck's going on, but you two have like this moment where you just like both sync, but it's not like harmonious or anything. It's like something happens and one of you gets pissed off, so then you both become super negative and I'm caught in the middle of it, and I fucking hate it, because then eventually, like, Sean's way of fucking dealing with that is Sean will just say shit to me or do that. So, like, I've told Josiah, I'm like, I don't really like being in parties with just you and Sean sometimes, especially when Sean's not in a good place, because I'm, like, basically the fucking ball in Pong getting batted back and forth.
But, like, so eventually...
I know the tension's there.
A few weeks later, like, he did it again. And, like, he tried to pull it again, because I was like, hey, I'm getting off. And he was like, well, obviously you don't care about me. I guess I'm just going to go fucking die then. Go kill myself and die. And I was just like, well, I said, and right then and there, I didn't even respond. I literally just blocked him, all social media, and deleted him off of Xbox and blocked him on Xbox. I think I left him on Snapchat, so that he could actually contact me.
Yeah,
if
see,
anything
I've just had similar instances, and I could tell there was something. Like, I felt like he had either done the same shit to you, or there was a little bit of, like, still cold blood. Because every now and then, Sean will just say something that, like, pisses you off, so you either both be silent, or you'll both, like, just get aggressive, but not... It's hard to vent it to Sean, because he doesn't fucking listen. So, like, if someone else is in your party, they get caught up in the middle of it, and it fucking sucks for him. So, like, I know, and he's been made aware of this. I've talked to him multiple times about it. And when I came back, I told him, I'm like, dude, I was honestly afraid you, like, ghosted us, went back to Logan and Slade, because you, like, when you get depressed, you act fucking crazy.
But, like,
But
so he did,
anyway.
like, after about a week and a half, I'm going to wrap it up real quick. After about a week and a half, he called me, apologized, all that. And I said, all right. I said, but that's legit.
Yeah, it takes about a week and a half
you
to
do it
two for
again.
him to
I
do
said,
that shit.
it's done. And, you know, I was like, you're not going to sit there and yell at me. I said, if I have to get off, or if I want to get off, I'm getting off. I said, you know, I love hanging out with you, but I said, I'm not going to put up with shit. And,
Yeah, and
since then I
basically-
have put up with some more shit that I shouldn't have, but he is a good friend.
Yeah, I know. He's a good friend. It's just that shit comes up every now and then you're like, dude, I love you, but at the same time, I fucking hate you right now.
But that's why I
But,
ghost. Whenever shit happens, that's why I ghost. Is because I told him, I said, if you ever start shit with me, I'm just gonna fucking drop you.
Well, it was kind of
And
like
that's
after the
because I
girlfriend
ghost
deal. You,
him.
like, ghosted us for, like,
Right.
2 weeks.
I do it because after about a week or two, he'll calm
He realizes-
down and go, oh fuck,
Yeah.
I fucked up. You know, I'm not gonna sit there and
Anyway,
then, like,
I-
then we're both calm to handle it.
I gotta go to work. So, Iron Firefox, follow me. I'm going to be playing more of this as the week goes on, and then I'm going to go through the Darkness series. I appreciate you being talkative in my chat. I always respect that. Also, to end that on, yeah, basically I've explained all this shit to Sean recently after all that shit had happened, and then I talked to him, and, like, recently, me and Sean have gotten over it, and I think we found peace, at least for the most part currently. But, like, whenever Sean is gone, me and Josiah don't, like, flow well with each other. So Josiah got, like, super competitive and a little aggressive. So like Sean's been a little uncomfortable around him lately, and like
Yeah.
I have been a little bit too. So right now, me and Sean haven't really been playing with each other because I've been busy, and then the shit that happened last night that I messaged about, and then just because of the fact that I was like, hey, me and Josiah are just kind of, I don't know what the fuck's going on right now, but it's a little different. So like he's been made aware of it, he's also noticed it, and we're just kind of like, it's a little different. So.
And then, like, just the other thing was just Sean's, like, inability to accept other people into the group.
Oh, dude, I know. I literally started like playing with randos and told him, I'm like, dude, I've been having a better time with randos lately than you because he doesn't let anyone else in. And I'm
And
like,
he'll
I
get
want to
pissed
play with
off
people.
if
The
you-
entire time of playing, yeah, I fucking know. But anyway, I gotta go to
he'll
work.
expect you to drop
I'll talk to you
everything.
later. I'll talk to you later tonight,
Yeah,
Mac.
later.